Tony Ferguson is an animal. An animal.
Like that.
He's the scariest guy at 155 in my word.
I agree.
In my world, because he don't get tired.
Yeah.
That Cowboy fight freaked me out. Cowboy looked like Tony had bricks in his gloves.
Yeah.
His face was all busted up. Tony didn't look like he had a scratch on him, and Tony wasn't even tired.
Tony posted a meme, I feel like a couple days ago. He showed like his last 7 opponents.
Yeah, they're all fucked up. Like they all fell off a train. Yeah, it's crazy, man. He has insane power, man. It's like, it's a weird thing, because Tony does stuff to people, and he doesn't get tired.
He doesn't get he's legit crazy.
Yes.
Like he doesn't. Like, I don't know if he feels pain. That kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he will do things in there that... I remember when we fought. I'm southpaw, he's orthodox, right? He throws that inside kick, and I'm turning my leg over to check it. And, like, it was never at my knee. He was throwing that at my shin. Like, if you're throwing that calf kick with that open stance, you're throwing it at the shin.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I checked it. And I was about to check, and then we banged shin to shin, like the middle of the shin to the middle of his shin. And I remember thinking to myself, why the fuck would you do that? Now we're both hurting. Like, I seriously hated that feeling. But he did, like, there was no reaction on his face. There was nothing. He was just like still on, just on to the next thing. And I feel like I'm glad I fought him then, because like, look at him now. He's like psychotic, you know?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Tony Ferguson won 12 fights in a row, became the interim champ. The week he was supposed to fight Khabib, he goes to do media at Fox, trips over a wire and tears his knee. So he never gets the Khabib fight. They were scheduled to fight 4 or 5 times. That dude trips on the wire, tears his knee up. Khabib ends up fighting Al Quinton. Now Khabib's gone. Now Tony has lost fights in a row. The Justin Gaethje fight showed that time was starting to catch up with Tony Ferguson. Yes. But has anyone come into the organization and had bigger fights than Michael Chandler? And not only is it based on his fighting style, Ryan, he grabbed that microphone afterwards and he did the whole Ric Flair thing. Beat me if you can. Like, it's like, you have to take advantage of your moments, and no one watches more than right after that fight. Those post-fight interviews, they're seen by more people than ever. Chandler took advantage, and now he finds himself in the octagon against another guy that held a portion of the UFC championship. It's massive.
Conor McGregor, surprise, surprise, there's a new king in the lightweight division. Dustin Poirier, your time is coming. And Khabib, if you ever do see fit to grace us with your presence back here in the UFC octagon, in your quest for 30, you know you gotta beat somebody. So beat me if you can. God bless. See you at the top.
I feel like this is the right type of matchup, because when you get Oliveira, you get Gaethje back-to-back. These are championship-level fighters. Now, understand that Chandler has championship aspirations, but after a couple losses, you got to take a step back. And the Tony Ferguson today, at 37 years old, on the losing streak as he is not those guys anymore. So with a big performance, it could put him back right on path to where he wants to go. Now, obviously, those guys are jawing back and forth online, as they always do. There are a lot of dangers in the Tony Ferguson fight. He's very tricky with his elbows. He's got slick jiu-jitsu, and he's got cardio for days. But he has not won. The one thing that Tony has done, though, is taken some time away since his last loss. So maybe he'll come back refreshed, in a better state of mind for the Chandler fight.
Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. Let me ask you guys a question. Who are you cheering for? Now, hold on. Let me stop you. I did not say who are you predicting. I asked, who are you cheering for? Which could be a very different answer. Take a moment to think about it. And most of you are going to say, I like both guys. Okay, well, if you like both guys, then you're cheering for Tony. And the reason I submit that for you is I don't know that Chandler can lose anything. Chandler competes very well. All of Chandler's fights are fun and celebrated. I have to remind myself that Chandler lost to Gaethje because it didn't feel like it. It was the greatest fight of the night at the Mecca. It went on to win Fight of the Year, of which it should. It's one of the great fights ever. I forget that he lost. Chandler's last loss before that is in a world title fight that he was 1 second away from winning. Remember that fight with Oliveira? Chandler's swarming him, the ref, 1 more second, the ref would have broken. Oliveira comes back. I'm just saying it's hard. Chandler does such a good job, but he's so competitive. You can never dismiss him. His career is not even on the brink of coming to an end.